saw what you did in the ring. I knew it had to be you, Seiya. What if I told you Sienna here is the reincarnation of the goddess Athena? And you are destined to become one of her guardian knights.
How does it feel to be a goddess?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a guest in my own body.
Are you ready to start your training? The Pegasus Knight is brave, humble, and committed to protecting Athena with his life.
How the hell did you do that?
I wanted to tell you congratulations for this, Knights of the Zodiac. And, and I always told people, I said, Madison Iseman, she's a goddess. So...
No, I told everyone, I was like, when this first came about, I'm like, are you guys sure you guys got the casting correct? But no, it was such an honor to jump into Athena. I mean, even the fact that they thought I could bring this goddess presence to this character, it was so much fun. The creators are just incredible. It was such a great project from like beginning to end. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. We did it, and people need to go see it so we can make more is sort of the plan.
So then do you look at the manga at any point during the process? I don't know if it's like before or during.
It's interesting. I've done a lot of quote unquote reboots or, whatever you want to call them.
Jumanji, Goosebumps, absolutely.
Yeah. And they're different every single time, right? And it just depends on the source material. And sometimes you jump into a project where they're taking really just like the title and elements and making something completely fresh and new. But with this, it's honorable to the manga, to the anime. It's a very good introduction to who these characters are. At least like you meet the first main people, and then because I know at least I had never heard of it when I first got presented with the idea and the script. And then through research very quickly learned that it just never hit in the United States like it did literally everywhere else in the entire world. So I was like, what an awesome opportunity, to bring. And it was such a fresh telling of everything from like the first chapter of the manga and some of these characters. I was like, it's a great opportunity to sort of introduce this universe to a whole new wave of people who might not have any idea what Saint Seiya is. So I was very fresh and a baby like to the beginning of it, but I did as much research as I possibly could. And we did have someone on set who was like a Saint Seiya expert. So I feel like every 3 seconds we were like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? Like, where does this go? Who is this character? And that was very nice to have in the middle of filming.
Then how do you like seeing the visual effects put in? I mean, because I don't think you're a stranger to visual effects movies at this stage.
I think it's fun. I think sometimes like the crazier, the better. I mean, it's like my favorite thing about what I do is, playing pretend and doing like things that probably look ridiculous in person, but like on screen, they look really cool. But yeah, I mean, this whole film we were on a green screen. We were doing tracking suits. Like, I think there's one point where Athena's being levitated, and because they couldn't get the rig right, like I had people in green suits, like holding my body up, Yeah, it gets a little silly on set, but it's, you put a lot of faith into your director and the producers, and which is fun, like they know what they want to make, and all we can really do is like be a vessel for them to bring their ideas to life. So the collaborative process, that always gets me excited. And I like to do the goofy stuff on set that like just makes you laugh. But then in the end, it always looks brilliant. They always do such a good job.
I had a vision. People burning. Everything destroyed.
It was Athena. She was doing it. I was doing it.
We won't let that happen, will we?
All those scenes with Sean, like he's so incredible, and it was such a treat to be able to do all of those scenes with him. And I feel like those scenes really particularly ground sort of like this craziness that's happening all around us. But that man, I mean, he could read the dictionary and you would buy it. He's so good.
that voice in the diction and the accent and everything, right?
Yeah, and I'm like rewatching Game of Thrones right now, and I'm like re-fangirling. I'm like, oh my God, I worked with Sean Bean. It's incredible.
The movie is Knights of the Zodiac. You can find it playing in theaters now.